Says we're live.
Hopefully we are. So good evening, everybody. We'll just do the usual sound check, which hopefully you'll let us know that you can see us and that you can hear us. So we'll see that that's the case, and then
hello everybody,
and then we'll go through the comments about who's dropping in, because there's plenty of people dropping in, which is great. So thank you to everyone that has joined us.
There's over 30 people waiting. We must have picked a good night. Tuesday night's a good night.
Tuesday night, lockdown, it's always a good night.
Nothing on the box?
No. Well,
we've got to be off later, though, because Philip Schofield's on telling you how to spend Christmas.
Well, also, it's Jungle, isn't it? I'm a Celebrity.
It's 9:15 tonight, though.
Yeah, they've put it back a bit, so in case I waffled on. So hello to everyone that is joining us. I know Jules has been doing the comments, so I'll let Jules just go through that. So hello to all the people that are dropping in. We've got, well, there were some early starters as well, weren't there?
Absolutely. See if I can jiggle some bits. As always, you know, I'm never happy with what I've got, so let's try and sort a bit of the tech out.
We haven't got the software to throw things around, so unfortunately it won't be quite as exciting as always. And if you're here for bingo, there won't be any of that either, so I'm sorry about that. You might want to leave now. But it will just be us giving you an update on, obviously, what's been going on. So there's plenty of people.
Like my fluffy mic. I won't hit it too hard.
So it's nice to see that Lloyd's joined us from Leeds. Dan from Cars and Caravan, Mike, Carl, Bob Earnshaw, Anne and Gary, Roger from Venomator, Matt Walters, Kaz and Pete, Crafty Caravanners, Stephanie Matthews, Steve Gully, Ben Allen, Andy Geno, Phil and Juliet Lost Weekends
have just dropped in.
Thomas,
and a massive thank you again, as always, to
Lisa
Ian
and Phil.
Caravan Gossip for being our moderator.
Oh yeah,
our blue spanner.
Big thanks as well to Ian. I'm sure he'll be kept busy tonight. Nick Alfrey, Anne and Gary. I don't know if I said Anne and Gary. Simon and Jane, Bursner owners from at Cara. Oh yeah, I know who Simon is. We've got Trev and Sue. So yeah, loads of people. There's a few from earlier that I probably missed, so I do apologise. Carl Whitehouse, Rob's here. Hi Rob, I see you. Hopefully, that's my coffee that I made you. It's a special coffee. Hopefully,
took me by surprise.
Hopefully, Gareth will be joining us. He got a new puppy today. I think today, called Ted.
Oh, cool.
So he might join us with Ted.
Pop in later.
We've got Harry 99, caravanning with the Kents, Motorhome Fun, Raymond, Howard B. You were in early as well.
I am a fan, Rob. This is funny coffee that I wasn't expecting the hint of hazelnut and cream or something. It's a bit.
We've got a Tassimo machine, which we got when we bought our telly. We managed to sort of, you've got to come away with a freebie, and we blagged a Tassimo. And so I always make him Tassimos, but I've sort of run low on pods. So what I've used is my sachets, which I really like. They're called Toffee Nuts Latte. I think it's Nescafe, but I didn't tell him. So I sort of dropped that on him. So
that was my first gulp, because I've been trying to set everything up.
It obviously didn't go down well.
It was just a shock.
So, Margaret says, get a caravan back, guys. I know. The caravan, it's gone for now.
I was looking at the top here. I think it was Mr. Carr said, surely we're all here to find out the same thing. Will Here We Toby come Here We Go? Oof, Q&A.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose most people that are joining us tonight will know.
No, Bake Off's on at 8.
Oh, God.
Didn't realise.
Oh, don't. I love cake. I think most people that are joining us know, obviously, that we made a decision, because last time we saw you on a live was just as we were coming out of lockdown. I think it was back in May. And I must say, we had a really good time in lockdown with all the bingo and all the fun. And then everything opened up and everyone got back out again, which was fantastic. People buying caravans, motorhomes, camper vans, booking up the sites like they're going out of Christmas, out of fashion.
Out of Christmas.
Out of fashion for Christmas. And we had obviously sold our Adria Isonzo, and we were waiting to pick up an Adria Matrix. It was the little 520. So we drove start of August, wasn't it? We went over to Suffolk, where Adria are based, and we collected that little 520. It was like, yeah, if you didn't see it, it was a 6 metre long motorhome. It had a drop down electric bed, had a garage, and we had it for just short of 3 months. And we went to Suffolk in it. We went all over, didn't we? We did Devon, Dorset. We did some pub stops. They were really good fun, actually. We did loads of stuff in it, and we literally treated it like a little motorhome. We drove it everywhere. I took it to McDonald's. I couldn't fit through the drive-through, but we went to McDonald's, and it gave us a really good insight into motorhoming. We were very lucky because obviously when you make a big purchase, you can make it a very wrong decision. I'm sure there's people here that have bought caravans and motorhomes and they found that the layout's not being right. Our friends Anne and Mark, I don't know if Anne and Mark have dropped in or not, but they bought their first motorhome from having a Swift caravan. They bought an Eldest motorhome, and it was only after they sort of went away for the first trip they discovered that the layout was not suitable whatsoever, and they had to swap it, which cost them a lot of money. So we were lucky. We were really lucky to get to try it.
Absolutely.
So
a few more people were dropping in. So rolling with the Robsons, Cloud9 Caravanning, and Shirley. I don't think we said hello. Hello, Linda.
Mac 13.
Because we haven't seen Linda Leedham drop in. Carl from the start.
Yeah. Do the pub stopovers still allow you to stay for free if you buy a drink?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Thomas has just said over 100 people watching.
Well, what we found with the pub stopover was obviously
really
there's a Brit Stops book which you have to buy, and that lists loads of them. But I used a site as well called Search for Sites, which you can upload the app. It's about £6. Or if you just go on the site on your like a laptop, it sort of registers you as a new user every time. If you use it on your phone, it seems to cotton onto you and you have to buy the app, which, to be fair, I will invest in that app. Not right now because we haven't got a motorhome. I'm going to spend £5. So, yeah. And that showed pubs that you could stop at. And most of them, yeah, they are free. The one we stopped at was actually a Hungry Horse at Yatton, which isn't far from Weston-super-Mare. We stopped there twice. And yeah, Hungry Horse, it's cheap and cheerful, but we liked it. It cost us £18 for our meal.
Say that, cheap and cheerful.
It is cheap and cheerful. And we stopped overnight in the car park, and it was really good little experience. So we definitely do it again when we get ours, but we'll obviously explore a bit further. So yeah, some of them, it depends on the rules of that actual pub, but we found it was good.
As always, we're here for you and your entertainment. Obviously, the comments are going strong down below. That's fantastic. And you're having a little bit of a chat. I want to know what's going on, Carl. You've got to spill the beans. Come on. You know, he's got a purchase as well. So that would be interesting to know. Not pushing if you don't want to.
Well, let's hear it, because it's always exciting to hear when
somebody else's news. Absolutely. Then Rob Forrest saying Hungry Horse cake. Big good chunks of cake.
Yeah, I love cake. I'll just go through. A 1.6 Skoda would be good enough to pull a Bailey Phoenix 640. Off the top of my head, the Superb's a fairly large car. I mean, the Phoenix 640, I don't know, what do they weigh? About 1,400 maybe. You'd literally have to look at the figures, but if you want me to look at that for you, Margaret, then just send me an email if you want. I'm always happy to have a look at stuff for people and give you a bit of advice. So yeah, just drop us an email if you want, or a Facebook message or whatever, and I'll look at that in detail, because off the top of my head, I won't be able to offer an answer to that one.
This 550.
Oh, is that what Carl's
on order for March?
Oh wow, God.
Well done.
Yeah.
Well done.
That's it. I mean, so yeah, well, you know, like, this is where I was going with that. So we went off in the little matrix, and we enjoyed it more than we thought, actually. Sally and Rob have dropped in.
Dangerously liked it.
We really liked it. The thing with the drop down bed, and this is where you've really got to. It's a bit like with a caravan. Obviously, we had the 8 foot wide, and it was long. It was really long. Was the Isonzo, and that caravan was absolutely. We were so lucky that we nailed it first time, if I'm absolutely honest. But for other people, 8 feet is not what they want at all. And the thing with the motorhome was, we didn't think we wanted a huge one, because we wanted to still be able to get out and about, and we didn't want to be restricted. But the little 6 metre one was superb. But the thing is, I did find for me, I really missed an actual fixed bed. I didn't miss any space in the motorhome. A lot of people said, "Oh, you've missed the space."
That was really interesting.
We found it.
It was like a little TARDIS.
It was like a little TARDIS, even with Fudge in there. Fudge was probably the biggest problem in there. But,
problem. Yeah,
but yeah, we didn't miss the space. But I did find on a night time there was room to get changed. That was fine. But then once the drop down bed came down, there was no room to sit under it. So Jules, yes, he could sort of sit the other side in a chair, captain's chair, but it was like everyone had to go to bed at the same time, and then in the morning everybody had to get up at the same time because I get up early, and that was a problem where I thought I'm disturbing Jules, and I didn't want to get up. And the other thing which I've commented on for me,
normally bothers you.
No, it did bother me, and and that made us just sort of realise that a fixed bed was quite important. So as I say, yeah, we've ordered. What happened was, we knew then we'd certainly like a motorhome. And yeah, we've stuck with the Adria brand. I thought we'd get a lot more negativity, to be honest, about sticking with Adria. Because I know in the past we've had people comment about the amount of content we do around Adria. It's a brand that I really am happy to associate myself with. I've got a lot of confidence in that brand. So you stick with what you know, don't you, I suppose? So I did expect more comments around the fact we'd stuck with Adria.
We did shop around. We did have a look around.
I'll tell you the other makes that I looked at, and it'd be the same if I was looking at for a caravan. There's certain ones that I would look at, but with the motorhome, the other options were a Hobby. It was the Hobby On Tour Edition V65, and I think it was F, and that's just under 7 meters in length. And the other one I looked at was a Hymer, it might have been a 374 off the top of my head, the Exis T374. And those were the other ones that we considered. And the reason we didn't go for those was the Hobby, it was on a Citroen cab and it was not available in automatic. And the Hobby, I think it was that you couldn't actually have an oven fitted in it because the compromise on that was it was too small for an oven. And I know I don't cook and I can't cook, but I do need an oven. So
can't cook, won't cook.
Yeah, so that was it. We went Adria because that Compact Supreme DL, when I saw it last year, I was really taken by that. So yeah, we were really happy. So we went off to Cara. Never dealt with them before whatsoever. And Simon, who's in the comments, we met him there. He's actually got a new Matrix on order. His arrives in January. So I went to Cara just to actually film content to get some reviews done. And while we were there, well, I had to get a price, didn't I? and to be fair, it was too much. We came away, didn't we?
I think the email went along the line is, what is your best price?
Yeah, what's your best price on this? And it was more than we wanted to spend. The problem was the build slot that was available. It was the automatic, but instead of it being the 140 brake horsepower, it's the 160, which we weren't bothered about. But that was the slot that was available, and that was an additional £2,000. And that was £2,000 more than we had to spend. So we came away and had a think, didn't we? And then we decided that after a bit of reassurance from other people that you do only live once and that, to go for it, then that helped us along. So we did.
And on the back of that, we've always said on this channel, if you know our background, then, you know that we've lost family members and you do only live once, and there's no point living to retirement to do it all then.
Yeah, that's really important. I mean, there's so many people. Sorry, Jules.
Go on.
No, carry on. I'm sorry.
No, I was just pausing for breath.
Don't wait till you retire, because we've lost so many colleagues, haven't we, in the past that actually never got to retirement. So yeah, if do it, just do it, and that's what we've done. Yes, we'll have to make some changes. The Rexton, I think, will have to go. I don't think we can afford to keep the Rexton on, so that'll probably be a change to something smaller and cheaper. So because the Rexton's on hire purchase, that's the only finance we have, isn't it? We don't actually have any other form of debt. So that the Rexton, I think, will be going to make way for the cost of the motorhome. So yeah.
And there was another couple of things. The other thing was the residual value.
It's
hitting us hard now because we did sell the caravan, so we had a little bit of that money back. However, sort of speaking to other people, you find that once you've got your motorhome, you normally trade it in and upgrade after time or whatever, but they hold the value. So it's an asset as well, really. So even though we're having a big outlay to start off with, obviously that will hold its value in the meantime. Also, the way that we're looking to holiday and caravan post-lockdown and all this jazz that's going on, we're then looking at going away for more weekends, which we were really interested. I know I've seen them in, Aaron and Vicky are in the comments tonight, and obviously they've gone back to the Black Edition from a motorhome. And it was really interesting watching their rationale, their videos, when they're saying that it just didn't fit with how they wanted to holiday.
How they were touring.
With us, it's exactly the same, but the other way around. So, we're wanting to go away for more weekends. We're wanting to drive further and explore further and go abroad, but do longer drives, short stops, and go in to find stuff. So
yes, Steve,
that's what
it was really interesting, because a lot of people had
took a lot of looking at it. To be fair,
and a lot of people had asked about should they buy a caravan or a motorhome, and well, we didn't know the answer, but we do now. And it really comes down to how you tour. And like I say, Aaron and Vicky, it was at least they tried. And I think they were apprehensive that people were going to sort of not laugh at them like, oh, you're going back to caravan, but they were apprehensive, and it's bad that you should sort of feel like that, because it's a personal choice. And like their touring is still, they go on a holiday and they go for a couple of weeks to one place and chill out. And that is what a caravan is ideal for. And that's why we loved ours. In fact, today I was watching our Sweden tours, just a bit of reminiscing really, and sort of thinking about next year. And I was watching the tours we did, and to see the Islando on the back of the car and all that driving off, and then Mosquito Gate in Ockno, I did have a chuckle to myself. And it was really interesting, because touring Europe was really easy with the big Adria, wasn't it? I must say. But with the motorhome, our plan is, so it's on order. It's about a 6-month build slot time. It gets built in February. It should arrive at Cara at the start of May, we've been told this week. So hopefully we'll collect it at the start of May. Their show deal was phenomenal. We're going to actually, I'm not going to say now, but I'll do some, hopefully we'll film a few bits. But anyone else that bought at the show, I was really impressed. So we've got some additional bits, but we'll pick it up at the start of May, and then we're hoping the half-term week, we're hoping to have a full week away in it then, which will be the end of May, see a couple of friends. And then over the summer, it's a bit hard to plan for all of us, isn't it? Because we just don't know what's going to happen. It might be that things are a lot more normal. It might be that it's not. So it's really difficult. But I think the likelihood is we may well head to Jersey, because Jersey obviously means a lot to me, and we didn't get there this year, which I was very disappointed about. So Jersey with the motorhome, and then we'll be heading on to Dusseldorf, all being well. We'll then from Jersey get the boat over to France and carry on to Dusseldorf to do the show, fingers crossed. We really want to do more of Europe, but I don't know whether next summer it'll be that easy. We'll just wait and see. Europe will certainly be on the cards, because there were so many places that we just didn't see. It'd be nice at some point to have a bit of a trip, maybe with a few of us into Europe, because it's one of those where sometimes you just need the confidence of going with other people. And I really enjoyed it, and I'm quite happy to, be the trek leader. You can follow us, safety in numbers, because touring Europe was a great experience. I'm hoping to get a couple of meetups next year for all of us as well. Again, it just depends how things develop once we get into the next year. So watch this space, but there will be some meetups. We'll do some weekends where we can all, get together in little groups in
this
further
is
north
my reading concentrating phase,
and further south. So that'll be good. I saw David on there said he's collecting his Adria. He's got a 640.
That's what I was just looking. Yeah, because there's a few people that have mentioned. There's also Zoom Wheels, Brian.
2021 Zafiro 696. Do you know what? I really liked. We saw it at.
And Eleanor, thank you. That's a lovely comment.
Oh, it was only a few months ago. It was one of the little Warner shows that we got to. I think it was at the Bath. Was it the Bath Showground? Was it that one? No,
Peterborough.
I can't remember. No, it was a few months ago. We went in the Matrix.
Oh yes.
And there was the roller team, the Pegaso 590. I really liked the little Pegaso.
That was just down from Longleat. It was the Longleat because we went.
So that probably was the Bath Showground. Yeah, that was nice. But again, it was the drop down bed, which was a bit of a sticking point. So yeah.
Bob says the best holidays I've ever had touring Europe in the motorhome. Hope they come back there soon. Oh yeah,
and it's so easy. Yeah, in the motorhome or the caravan. I mean, that was like literally you could pull into a supermarket with the Isonzo on the back, which we were quite long because that 8 to 9 on something, but we weren't far off, nearly 14 meters long altogether. And you could just go to the supermarket in it. It was absolutely Europe's very different. I mean, this next year, I'm hoping to get down to Cornwall again, which is everyone's favourite place. But it could be.
Go anywhere.
It depends how busy it is, doesn't it? Yeah, I think we all just. And I really hope for anyone that's got Christmas booked, because I know loads of people will have Christmas booked, and I so hope that there's some restriction easing at the start of December, and that people can do their Christmas plans. I mean,
let's jump back in here for a second.
Yeah.
So Dan's saying, I've missed this. My invite must have got lost. So let's have a look, see what Aaron's put, because then I've seen that. Fingers crossed our Christmas and New Year trip goes ahead. Cooking Christmas lunch for another well-known channel. Yeah, our invite was lost as well.
Well, we don't normally wait for an invite. We just turn up. These invites are a bit overrated.
Christmas, New Year, we're waiting Dorset again. And where was Colin? Colin said something.
Don't know. Simon was saying about going to Norway. Oh, look, towing the tin. Yeah, they're at Longleat. There's quite a few, I think, going to Longleat again. Yeah. We're not, because obviously we've nothing to go in. But all being well, we will turn up for a day if we're allowed. Because it's, was it about an hour and 3/4 from our house?
Borrow a tent. There's a tent field. Oh, they close it, don't they?
Yeah. We might be in a tent come Easter, because obviously we won't have anything for Easter. But yeah.
Ooh, that sounds like Mike says. Colin going to Oban, Skye, Glencoe, and Knockhill.
I think there's a few people hoping to head to Scotland again. Again, it's somewhere we've not done. I've been to Scotland, obviously, but not in a caravan or a motorhome.
Crafted caravans, yeah. I think everybody's doing that. I'm just waiting to see.
Rob and Sally, yeah, they're heading to Gargrave. Our friends Anne and Mark they're in Hellifield, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of my old sergeants lived in Gargrave.
Yeah, it's nice as Gargrave.
It is. Jeddy couldn't reach her cupboards in the Picasso.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, I never tried to reach the cupboards. We just sort of clambered in and
keep
had a
inside
look.
Someone's awning.
Yeah. No, we might end up doing that.
Yeah, well, I'll snuggle up with Fudge. It'll be nice and warm.
We need to think more about the UK than Slovenia.
Yeah, well.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we'll think about the UK, yeah. No.
Just camp in Scotland when it opens again. Absolutely.
Yeah, we must. Yeah.
Trying to find Alan Scammel's address.
Or Andrew, because Andrew's is looking lovely.
Mr. Brown.
Yeah, no, Andrew Ditton. So yeah, so those are sort of that's where we're at really. So we're looking forward to the motorhome coming, and we can all get out and about. We've got most of the bits we need, haven't we? I think there was just hopefully going to get a silver screen for the front, and that's
basically what we need. Brian, you're asking what bedding. We've got the Duvlays, so we've got those.
That was our first experience of the Duvlays. I know a lot of people have got them and they rave about them, and I must say they worked really well.
We didn't think that they were going to be as good as they were. That came out wrong. Didn't see what everybody was sort of enthusing about, I should put.
They were good.
And absolutely changed my mind.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They were really good. And and I think now with the beds we're getting in this next one, it's like they're like two rear singles, but they've got the join in the middle, so it can make into one really big one. And we'll still be using those in there. So yeah, that was brilliant bedding, I must say. I can see why people do sort of talk about them, and and recommend them. Yeah, I'd recommend them, definitely.
I also think, and this is my own personal opinion, that thing is going to prolong the life for me of any mattress, good, bad, or indifferent, because the memory foam in that Duvet is so good.
Yeah, because that was a problem you had before, wasn't
even
it?
sleeping in that Matrix for all that time on that bed, it was fantastic. So yeah, I was well impressed.
But what do you think of smaller vans?
I'll have one.
The
Adria, do you mean the Adria Action?
Yeah, the Action.
Yeah.
Do you know,
it is to fit a niche.
Yeah, I like small caravans are great, and to be fair, there's a practicality to them because
there is.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
definitely. If you buy, I mean, I'm sure like people that are on here that have got 8-foot caravans will say, when you've got an 8-foot van, you really have to plan. 8 foot wide is a big caravan, and there's been a number of times where I'd have, and this is part of our decision about what we've changed to, because if you want to head off down to these little sites that are sometimes nicely by the sea or they're in the middle of nowhere, going down a really narrow lane with a huge, great big van is not great fun, and you've really got to plan your route more. And it's all right if you've just got a normal HGV or a trailer, you don't mind scratching it down the undergrowth. When you've got some nice shiny caravan sides and windows, you don't want to be going down a bramble bush. So you really have to plan. Whereas if you've got a smaller caravan like an Action or a Base Camp or the Bailey Discovery, things like that, generally they're sort of near a 7'3", 7'5". I know the Bailey Phoenix was 7'3". I don't know whether I presume it's still on the 7'3". That's a lot easier because it fits behind your car. And those sort of little caravans are so much easier for keeping on your driveway, getting to sites, also fitting on pitches. Because one thing we found, again, being so long, like people that have got other long vans or twin axles, it is sometimes difficult when you book pitches. Some of them will only go up to 8 meters. So if you're over that, it limits some of the sites you can get to. So a smaller caravan has certainly got a benefit to it. And the thing is, I suppose, when you get on site, it's just you don't have as much space inside, and quite often you won't have a fixed bed. You'll just have to make it up. No one likes the floor.
Bob said about his Duvets.
Yeah, they are really good, and it's not a gimmick. You know, they are really good.
What I would say though as well is you're saying about the Action, so obviously you're looking caravan side, but I'd also look at the Twin or the CV60.
Or the Swift Select.
Auto sleepers, all the different sort of van conversion types, because they're fantastic as well. But then again, saying that, I'd still be very, very happy with a VW camper van.
Camper vans are really, I mean, that market's expanding.
And the good thing is now with the motorhome, I can drive it. So
that's another benefit. Yeah,
I don't have to, because I was looking at doing my C1 and I was looking at sort of vlogging that, and then I saw that Sean had done that from A Bus and Beyond.
Oh, is Linda off? Oh,
because sort of justifying that, and also
later,
the
Linda.
B+E. I was looking at that as well. But with everything locking down, no opportunities there. So
well, that's the interesting thing with the B+E, and Jules got quite a lot of sort of stick really about why he didn't drive. And I thought if it was the other way around, nobody would probably even say why isn't Karina towing. I really enjoy towing. I do. It's just one of those things. I think you've got to sort of be confident to do it, especially with a big van. But some of the smaller caravans will allow you to tow without your B+E, which makes it more accessible. But yeah, 3.5 ton motorhome, again, that makes it, and I think that's why there's probably going to be a move towards more van conversions and motorhomes because of that B+E. I mean, I'd suggested to a caravan manufacturer that maybe in order to drive sales, they should think about offering an incentive with having the B+E course being made available, whether that be some sort of contribution towards it or an actual course. They didn't seem too excited with that suggestion, so I thought, well, okay, but I think the industry is going to have to do something, because otherwise they're going to limit themselves, especially if we move to electric cars are they're a lot heavier, so they're going to be pushing people sort of towards that heavier bracket. But we'll see.
Electric.
Yeah,
It's gonna be
electric's interesting. Yeah. Colin says he loves towing too. Yeah, I really enjoy towing. Yeah, it's just one of those. So, Benny Boy dropped in. What's it like to have your own chauffeur? Oh, Gavin. Hello, Gavin. I did reply to your message. Hopefully you got it.
Gavin's been on for a while.
Oh, well, I've only just sort of seen the comments. I think Gavin was a bit surprised. I think a lot of people were quite surprised when we got the motorhome. But yeah, so, I mean, the content we've got coming up, because people have said, oh, what are you going to call yourselves now? Well, we need to put some thought into that. We are still going to be doing caravan review content. We've got another Eldis coming up on Friday. Friday's vlog is the Eldis Crusader Borealis. That's a new layout for 2021. So that's out on Friday. We've also got another Coachman that will be out in a few weeks. And then I need to try and get to, I'm meant to be doing some Baileys. I'm meant to be doing the Bailey, a Phoenix Plus. I can't remember which model it is. The Pegasus Grande SE, again, I'm not sure off the top of my head which model that is. And their new motorhome, pronounce it Adamo or Adamo, depending on how posh you are. Anne and Gary will say Adamo. In Yorkshire, it's Adamo. So I'm hoping to get that one done. But again, things have been put on hold. And then some Swifts. I'm hoping to get some Swifts in the bag for you. Because Swifts, the reason we haven't got any is because the launch didn't go ahead. So we didn't get to go to the launch. And the shows didn't go ahead. So we need to get to a dealership to get some Swifts in the bag. And I'm hoping to do the Coachman Lusso. That's an interesting one for me. For anyone that's seen it, how you feel about spending £41,000 on a touring caravan.
Everybody's going because Bake Off's on.
Don't blame them. I'll be ready to go and watch a bit of Bake Off. So yeah, how people feel about £41,000 caravan. I'm interested to go and see that because there's a couple of things I'm unsure of about that caravan, really. But proof will be in the pudding. So those are what we've got coming up, and that'll take us well into sort of January, I think, really. And then we'll go from there. Do you like me to review our new Eldis? Well, yeah, go for it, Carl.
Just listen.
The Eldises are popular, though. They always are.
Seen an electric car towing a twin axle, and I've asked which one. He said a Tesla, and I think he said that was Morton in the Marsh. So that's quite interesting. It'd be interesting to see how far that got.
Probably did all right. The biggest tow vehicle coming is going to be the Rivian from America, and that'll probably come 2022.
I got an email for a pre-order earlier.
It's going to be expensive though. We've still been looking at electric cars. I mean, what's going to happen?
We're trying to keep our eye out on everything that's going on, just to bring it as soon as it comes out, because we're really interested in, as you know, cars.
I mean, the good thing is we did that new Defender as well, and we've also they have said that we can hopefully do the facelift Discovery, which again, though, it's an expensive car. It's out of a lot of people's price bracket. But the good thing about Land Rover is they are coming in with these mild hybrid engines. So we've got a bit of an in there with a Land Rover dealership. So I'm hoping we can do more around like the Discovery Sport, the Evoque, vehicles that are smaller. And they've also got Jaguar, because Jaguar are sort of coming forward with electric vehicles as well. So hopefully we can do some more tow car testing. In terms of electric with motorhomes, I mean, that's a different market altogether. But the electric cars, there's definitely a movement. It's more to do with the mild hybrids at the moment, the PHEVs and the MHEVs. I've been in touch with Audi. I've asked whether we can do any tow car reviews with Audi because, again, popular manufacturer. And I'm keen still to see.
Plenty going on with them.
Yeah. So we'll see if they come back to us. It's one of those. Sometimes people do, and sometimes they don't. So
we're always trying. Well, I say we're always trying. Karina is always sending emails off, so we're always asking the questions and trying to bring what we can.
If you don't ask, you don't get. So fingers crossed. We might get something. So was that automatic on my? We've gone automatic on our motorhome. And again, we've got an automatic on the car. I do like automatic. Again, it's each to their own. Towing, I find it a lot easier with an auto. Anyway, a lot more enjoyable, especially if you're eating up the miles.
Just quickly looking here, we've got 143 people watching, and we've had 41 thumbs up. I think if we get to about 70, we're going to tell them what the new name's going to be.
Well, we was going to make a name up.
I was, yeah, but okay, that didn't work, did it?
I've been designing a little logo as well. I don't know. I mean, what do people think? That's a question for you guys, because we've had a lot of. There was a couple of good. Stephen Wills, bless him. His Here We Moto Home. I mean, that
tickled you.
Yeah, it did. I really like that, but
I cringed.
I just don't know. We are Here We Tow, but we're not going to be towing. I get that.
Brian, I think you were asking. We've gone for an auto. We've gone for an automatic. I think.
Yeah.
Did you cover that?
Yeah, and it was 2,000 extra for the auto. Yeah. So yeah, the other one names are like Here We Tour and Here We. I don't know. We just don't know really. We need to have a bit of thought into that.
Tickling the tarmac.
Tickling the tarmac. Well, somebody put Top Tread or something, which I thought, yeah, that's a bit different. Top Tread.
Here we go.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to call myself Stickers on. But.
Yeah. And you love stickers. I'll have some just for you. The Durex Ranger. Yeah, that sounds a bit randy. I think Here We Tow nails it for everything. Yeah, I mean, you can still tow with a motorhome. We do not intend to tow with our motorhome. I'll say that for a start. First of all, Jules wouldn't be able to because it goes back to that B+E requirement.
Unless it's a really like it.
Yeah. And the motorhome's 7 meters long. I don't intend to take a car behind us.
However, I will say now, mark my words, we shall see. Because on a certain vlog that we just put out, that somebody said, I don't do motor. I can't remember what your exact words were. Yeah,
I don't really like.
I don't really like motorhomes. And the next minute, as she stood in it reviewing it, and luckily I managed to find the footage and rewind
this one.
So that was not our last video. The video before about our update that was in there. So if you haven't seen that footage then cuts back. So that was quite interesting. It's quite good to have a lot of video evidence in the catalogue.
I think we'll keep.
Never say never.
But I think we'll obviously be keeping our number plate. And then whether that'll go on the motorhome, I don't know. The problem is, it sort of identifies you. We found with our Adria, people spot your reg and then they come and knock on your windows. So we don't know.
That's clever.
What?
Here We Too.
Yeah, Here We Too. Yeah. Well, yeah, Here We Too.
Here We Too.
I just don't know. Yeah. But yeah, we'll be keeping
that
plate.
Fudge though.
Yeah.
Here We Too +1.
Fudge enjoyed the motorhome, I think. He got on with it quite well. It was quite easy with him, wasn't it, as well? So yeah. So right, I don't know if anyone's got any questions or things they want to talk about. If not, I mean, we'll happily go and watch Bake Off and do whatever anyone else is doing. But unless anyone wants to drop in with questions either for us or the people that are in the chat, because we've got quite a few people here that know a lot more than us about various things. So yeah, does anyone?
Most things.
Yeah. So.
Bless. Thanks, Phil. Juliet, just leave your name. It works. You worked out to get it.
Camper awning.
Is it change for the sake of change? Because it means then new website, new logo, new socials.
Don't know. We'll wait and see, won't we? Wait and see.
I've got enough on at the moment, I think. So changing all that might be.
When are the t-shirts coming? I just don't think there's demand for t-shirts.
It's like wants a t-shirt.
Well, that's why we've never done anything. So yeah, because I know people have done mugs and various things, but I don't know. It's just not. I just don't think people had. That's why we've not done it, I suppose. So yeah.
Will you be at the NEC next year?
Yeah, will there be an NEC next year? That's really interesting, actually. NEC. As far as I know, it's planned to go ahead for October. February's not. Obviously, that's cancelled. The October NEC
I think they've put out a thing to say it is postponed until October.
Yeah. What's been interesting, though, is I think a lot of the dealerships have found they've done really well having these mini shows. Their sales have been excellent because the people that have gone to their mini shows have actually made the effort to go because they've wanted to go and buy something, because a lot of them have had appointments, they've had to wear masks, gloves. So to go to all that trouble, they've really been at that point of making a decision. The thing with the NEC is they get like 100,000 people during the week, but a lot of those people are either just going to have a browse, they're having a day out, they're coming to a vlogger event like when we've had ours. See you in a bit, guys. So the sales really have been as good at these mini events, and to go to the NEC and put on a big stand and get all those motorhomes and caravans and accessories, it costs them a fortune.
Yeah.
So it'd be really interesting to see.
But everybody loves the show.
But I've missed the show. I'm sure you guys have missed the show. The show for me is, I suppose it's a bit of a social event, but I like to go. I like to see the new product, walk around everything, compare them all. And then it's the atmosphere. It's just that buzz, isn't it? And it's disappointing that it couldn't happen. But at the moment, yeah, it's down to go ahead. And I think it will go ahead because, especially if we get the vaccine that's going to be rolled out, I think it will go ahead unless there's something, because there's a lot of, certainly the NEC in terms of itself has taken a massive hit, and they're keen to get exhibitions back up and running, not just caravanning and motorhoming. So
the whole industry has had a massive, the events
definitely.
Industry. And I really miss the events. It's
Hugh's made an interesting point there about the payload on the motorhome, and what the issues on caravan is about payload. Our motorhome has got a payload of, I think it's about 560 kilograms. It might be just over that, but let's say it's around 560 kilos as far as I know. So that's quite a substantial payload. I don't think it's any more than that. I think that's what it is. Motorhomes vary, obviously, like caravans, and the 3.5 ton limit, it depends on, obviously, the bigger the motorhome, often the heavier it'll be on the MIRO. So it does depend on the size of your motorhome that you buy. If you've got your C1, which I have, there's no reason why you can't upplate or buy a heavier motorhome like 3,650 or 4 tons, or upwards. It's one of those. But the caravan payload, we did our vlog when we took ours to the Weybridge. That was really insightful. It really was. And what I probably will do when we get our new motorhome is go to the Weybridge and weigh it. I can't see us getting anywhere near 560 kilos because that is quite a big amount of weight to put in it. But once you put water in your water tank and you've filled it with diesel and you've put all the stuff in the back, because ours has got a really big garage, then, you start adding stuff up. So it'll be interesting to weigh it. Caravan payloads, you've got to be really careful with them. And a lot of manufacturers now, to try and bring weights down for a number of reasons, which is one, B+E, and to try and make them more accessible, trying to make them more accessible to tow cars that are looking to move to electric. They're having to use a lighter weight chassis. So the problem you've got is they're buying a smaller chassis from Alco, which are cheaper as well. So it's a money saving practice here. You buy the 1,500 kilo limit chassis and you put your caravan on it, your payload's a lot smaller. Whereas you've got a van on a 2,000 kilo chassis, you're going to get a bigger payload. And payload's quite limiting. A lot of the European manufacturers, they can have payloads of 500-600 kilos on a caravan because they use a much bigger chassis. They can be using up to 2.5 ton chassis, can't they? And that's the sort of problem that we face here is payload. And there's not really any way around that. If you've got a big tow car, you can put more weight in it, but then you need to make sure you've got your payload. We found that with our Rexton, because I think that had nearly 600 kilo payload on the Rexton, so we could fill the boot with the awning and all that, because your Alco wheel lock weighs a ton, your hitch lock weighs a ton, so everything that sort of ended up in the boot with fudge and the back seat. But if you've got children, you haven't got the back seat. I must say though, that Rexton has been an excellent car. We've been really impressed with that. We get asked quite a lot what we think of it, and that would
Fantastic.
still be the one we'd buy, wouldn't it? If we were going back again to, was it at the end of 2017 when we made a decision on cars? Yeah, that Rexton would still be, for the money, brilliant. We've had no problems with it. The tyres, I can't believe how long those tyres lasted. The only problem we've had with it is because the service interval's every 12,500 miles, and we do a big mileage with all that towing. We've ended up, I think we've just had our third service, haven't we? So towing has put miles on it, which has meant our service interval has racked up, where some cars, it's every 2 years, or it's a higher mileage, 18,000, 20,000 miles. But yeah.
On this note, I think saying that we're losing connection a little bit, so it's all glitching out. So
people are
shaking.
Oh yeah. Oh God. He looks like he's got the shakes. Oh, that's awful. Wow.
So obviously,
it's frozen.
It's been cut and
yeah.
Cut
oh well, do you want to move over into my screen?
So I'm over here.
Well, sadly then, on that note, we'll have to end it there. Jules is stuck. Your camera's broken. Right, we'll move over, Jules.
To be fair, this is what I normally look like anyway, but without my head shaking.
Oh, wow, that's totally scary. Right, well, what we'll do then is move over. We will end it there then in that case. That's such a shame. So hopefully we might get to do another live stream if you want one in the next week or two, and hopefully we won't get that happening. So yeah, brilliant. Right, so thanks everyone for joining us. Here's real Jules. So
and as always, thank you, and we shall.
Right, we will see you in the next one. So thanks everyone for joining us. We'll hopefully do something again soon. Sorry we've frozen. Don't know why. It's just had enough. So there we go. Brilliant.
It's two of me now.
Right. Take care, everyone.
See you later, guys.
See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.